to share with you right now Dan Geltrude and Keith Fitzgerald, good reads of this market. Dan, Keith, great to see you as always. One of the things I've been wondering here is this likely upward tick in interest rates, to say nothing of what's going to be happening on the tax front. At least, Dan, first to you, if I'm reading the president at face value here, it's going to go a lot beyond just the hike in taxes that he outlined during the campaign on rich individuals like you guys and corporations, that there's going to be a lot more to this. Are we ready for this, Dan? Are the markets ready for this? Do they even know what could be coming down the pike?
Well, we should be ready for it, Neil, because Joe Biden spelled this out very clearly during the campaign. So no one should be surprised. Now, the question is this a good thing? And I am very much against all these tax increases, because what are we going to use the money for? More spending. We are not looking at putting our financial house in order. We're just going to try to take in more money to spend more money. So effectively, we end up in quicksand here. And both parties are guilty of it. And whatever you tax is what you want to go away. So, for example, if you're going to raise the capital gains rates, which Joe Biden is talking about, that is going to disincentivize investing. So investing will slow down, and certainly the market is going to feel something like that.
You know, Dan, are you in the camp that says the Fed holds tight? I guess we'll get a sense from Jerome Powell as he speaks before this House committee. He and Janet Yellen are speaking virtually to the committee. But the betting seems to be that interest rate hikes are not in the offing. I'm not talking about market rates, the Fed hiking rates. Then along comes a key member, Kaplan, to say, yeah, I think they will be raised next year. Where are you on this? What would the impact be if all of a sudden that's what happens? Dan?
I think the Fed really has to have a steady hand here, Neil, and not overreact and jump into adjusting the interest rates too quickly. We've seen this happen before. I think Jerome Powell kind of jumped the gun a while back, and of course, President Trump was all over him. I'll rule that a rookie mistake, and I think he knows better now. I think it's a wait and see. Will he ultimately have to increase interest rates? I think that's going to depend upon where we go in inflation. Everybody is looking at that and say, oh, we're okay. No, we're going to head towards hyperinflation. It's going to come on very quickly. I'm in the camp of let's wait and see and not commit to anything right now.
You know, Dan, if I had a dime for every time someone said the rich should pay their fair share, I'd have a lot of dimes, and they'd be taxed to the hilt. But a fair share was supposed to be if you got the top rate back up to 39.6%. Fair share was supposed to be if we had the existing capital gains rates and not raising them 50% as the administration might want to do for that targeted group. So obviously that is a moving target. Does it worry you or the implications for the markets? Because they're very creative coming up with ways to increase revenue and paying for it than dealing with the spending that underlies it.
Yeah, Neil, it has to impact the market, because if you're going to have a significant raise on the corporate income tax, right now we're at 21. The talk was 28. Are we going to go back to where we were at 35%? Well, that's going to take a huge bite out of corporate profits. Corporations cannot just accept that type of expense hitting their bottom line. They are going to have to react.
But don't they expect it already, Dan? Do you think that's based into their prices already? Or is it this added stuff that is not priced in?
Well, it's a good point, Neil, from the standpoint of, in spite of what Janet Yellen may be saying, she's not in Congress. And it goes back to, with the razor-thin majorities that the Democrats have, can they really pull off these types of tax increases? And of course, that will come down to a handful of moderate Democrats and what the Democrats can give them in exchange.
I'm jumping on you, Dan. I'm jumping on you, and I apologize.
Tax.
The president is addressing these Colorado shootings that took place yesterday, the president.